All right, it's October. Get 3 of your friends and get scared. NERDSoul. Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta, hold it down, bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people, today? Oh yeah, coming with another wonderful episode of, well, specials. And here's why. Because I am teaming up with Slice of SciFi. That's right, the hub for your sci-fi needs when you checking out something that's geek, something that's a little bit weird, maybe a little filled with fantasy, maybe touching just a bit of that impossible with a slight soupçon of that pseudoscience. Whatever it is, from Doctor Who to Star Wars, holla at them. They've got tons of cool stuff going on. And when I teamed up with them, when I got together with Slice of SciFi, we said, you know what? There's some cool stuff to do around Halloween time, all right? And sometimes you want to get just a little bit scared, but have some fun too in a safe type of way. And we figured there'd be no better place to talk about than The Void. Now, if you didn't know about The Void is this VR experience simulation where you go in and you put on the headpiece, you got your gun, and it transports you into a whole new world where you're able to encounter demons or ghosts or different people and creatures and monsters and aliens. And even though it looks like, hey, I'm just putting on this suit, I'm going into this video game world, it becomes very real, because The Void does a great job of not just putting you in a head, the headgear on you and giving you the backpack. No, the Void goes all out. All right, they got like little spider webs for you to walk through. They mist you with air and they blowing wind on you. You feel the rustle of leaves and stuff, and you're crunching over things when you walk. This thing becomes extremely real. There's things that you can turn and push and levers, and this becomes probably the most interactive VR situation that I've been involved in a very long time. And it's a lot of fun. And when you pair that with a mission-based, situation, something that you can do with friends, something that you can join in with, you have nothing but just intensified laughter, screams, scares, and a bunch of fun to boot. Now, when we were there, the creators were able to, answer questions for us. We got to talk to them and hear their input and insight on what The Void is, what it is to them, what they're planning on doing. And without further ado, before we get to the very super cool stuff, I'll let them speak for themselves.
It's that combination of being in a time that you don't belong, in a place that you don't belong, with something that doesn't belong there with you. And it's just all of those things come together, and I just I feel this sort of tension in the experience that I still can't.
You get scared still.
I mean, scared. I get nervous. I guess. I mean, I really do. Scared. I don't know. But because I've been through hundreds and hundreds of times.
There's something about the environment that is romantic, about that time period, and there's also something about the decay in the space that is unsettling and sad.
Yeah, unsettled. Yeah. That's the way I put it. I still feel unsettled when I'm in it, and I think that's great.
Yeah.
All right, that's enough. I ain't gonna give y'all all of that. I'm gonna put the full, interview and everything on the podcast. Y'all can check out my podcast. That's right, NERDSoul podcast, wherever great podcasts are sold. You can find the rest there. It's too much for this video. All right, it's too powerful, too much. So there's 2 main VR experiences that I got to go through. We're talking about Nicodemus and we're talking about Ghostbusters. Now, the first one I'm gonna get into is a little more on the scary side, so you might wanna close your eyes just a little bit. We're gonna be talking about Nicodemus. And this is an experience where, okay, when I was outside of the event, all I heard was people cursing and swearing and screaming and, I don't know, gasping for air. So I knew, man, look, hey, y'all doing too much. It can't be that scary. It's not that scary. And let me lay it out. Nicodemus is transporting you back into a world of, the 30s or the 40s or maybe the 20s where, you had these weird carnivals come around. And in one of these weird carnivals, of course, as always, there's somebody messing with the other side, messing with pseudoscience, messing with things they cannot exactly control. And this demon by the name of Nicodemus says, hey, maybe I should come through here and hang out with y'all for a little bit. And your job in this VR simulation is to go to explore, to go through these mazes and tunnels and figure out these different train rides and go deeper and deeper into this carnival where it gets weirder and creepier and nastier, I will let you know. And do it all without being caught or seen or touched by the demon. I'm gonna let you know, your boy got touched by the demon. I got caught. Look, man, your boy jumped back. Normally, I would not let y'all know that I got scared, okay? I wouldn't let y'all know that. You wanna know why? Because I got that right hashtag street cred to hold down. I keeps it gangster. You know I don't play, you know what I'm saying? I ride with the tinted windows cracked just a little bit. But on this one, I did have to get scared. I ain't gonna front. You get in there and it's just creepy. They drop the temperatures on you. They raise the temperature. They blow wind. You go through webs and you see weird ghosts and stuff turning their heads and animals jumping out at you and things touching you and rubbing by you. This thing is way more scarier than I thought it would be. You go in, you put on your suit and you think, oh, it's just a VR experience. Nah, man, this joint is mad scary. Now, with Nicodemus out of the way, I'll let that slide because that's for y'all scared people. If y'all want that, that's fine. Y'all can keep that. Now, we got some other stuff to get to in just a second, right after the break. But of course, first, Cure Brand's gonna help us pay them bills. Oh yeah, check that link below. Hat, shirts, hoodies, all that jazz. Once you find something you like, of course, cop it. So let's get into what your boy loves. A little bit of fun, a little bit of laughter, a touch of comedy. And we're gonna get into, of course, Ghostbusters. This is another VR experience that keeps it haunted, but in this case, we're keeping it a little more lighthearted. You know what I'm saying? It's a little more fun. You got your boy Slimer and stuff. And a cool addition to this is because you're brought into this mission by none other than Dan Aykroyd himself. And I'm gonna go on and give it to you. It's a great introduction. He welcomes you into the VR simulation, lets you know what you're gonna be doing, and he stays in your comms while you're out completing the mission and running around and shooting ghosts and stuff. This one is a lot of fun. It's a shoot 'em up. You're running around, just having a great time, laughing at the gags and the visual cues and the references to older movies. There's just a lot of fun to be had in this one. And as someone who loves Ghostbusters, you saw me review all the comics last year. I love the movies. They're great. And especially, in the comics when you have like Mel, and it's so much fun with Kylie and Dan Aykroyd doing this thing with the writing and helping out. It was nice to be back in that world as, a Ghostbuster yourself, as a recruit, and have the sort of camaraderie with the people that you're playing with. Of course, we met everyone that day, but it was a lot of fun. You had this team effort vibe in this, and I think it's a great juxtaposition against, of course, the super scary Nicodemus. Normally, I wouldn't say super scary, but it is super scary, sort of. So with the Ghostbusters, you just have so much fun tracking these ghosts, shooting them down. They're coming from left and right, and it's fun and action-packed, and something that I think is super interesting, especially regarding, just the VR experience, how to take it to another level. And I think that's what Void is doing and why it's so much fun. Now, speaking of so much fun, I know when it comes to writing these stories, this is a production in itself. And to give you a little bit of just, what the creators think of it, I asked them about Nicodemus, and this is what they had to say.
Nicodemus, there's a lot. It's kind of fun. I didn't even realize until the question was asked before that there was how much of that But there's the scrying and sort of the spiritualism that is referenced in Nicodemus. My history has a lot to do with magic and illusion design, and so I've been a big student of magic history and been very fascinated with spirit cabinets and spiritualism and scrying and those sort of things. And I always thought those things were pretty creepy, and so like throwing that into the experience, is kind of a part of my fascination of that. And I think that there's some, even just things like looking in a mirror. Like I've always been one of those, like if it's dark and I'm like in the bathroom, like I don't want to look in the mirror. It seems stupid, right? It's just like, what are you gonna see? Just yourself in the dark, right?
Yeah.
But it's like I don't like it. There's something eerie about it.
Well, you never know. You never know.
You never, dude. What? Because it's like the question always pops up, and like, what if something else is there? It just sits there, and so having moments like that in the experience, like speak, I think, to my own fears in a kind of very primitive way. Frankly, I think there's a bunch of that in Nicodemus that reflects me.
Yeah.
So there you have it, from the horse's mouth themselves. Like they are very invested in these stories and these experiences. Of course, Ghostbusters was something that wasn't completely from them, so they kind of, I guess, crafted and collaborated with, of course, the property and all that stuff. But these two experiences end up being a lot of fun. Now, with all this said, with all these interviews and all that stuff, and you want to hear the full interviews, of course, hit that link below. Check out the podcast. Should you go? My answer to you is, if you have a Void near you, and I know they have some in a couple of cities, the answer is yes. Imagine a very immersive laser tag, but with your friends and in a property that you know and love, say like Ghostbusters, or something brand new and creepy like Nicodemus. I think you're gonna have a ball doing this. Just get your friends together, go pick up your avatars, and check it out. Once you get in there, I know you see, you're like, oh, this is just computers. It's not real. Once you start touching things and things brush by you and you feel wind and stuff, it's gonna change your perspective. It's gonna become real very, very fast. Big shout out to the Void. Big shout out to Slice of SciFi. This was a lot of fun. And guys, get your tickets, schedule some time before Halloween happens. Get your pre-scare on, you know what I'm saying? Get your pre-scare on and then get your Halloween, you know what I'm saying? Get some candy on the way home or something like that. So I'm just letting y'all know, prepare yourselves. It's gonna be scary, then funny. But of course, until y'all check out the Void, you can holler at me down in them comments. Let me know if you've already gone. Let me know if you're planning to go. Let me know if you've, already experienced some of the creepiness of VR. And if so, let me know just what your experience was like. And until then, I'm gonna tell you guys to holler at ThatNERDSoul.com. That's right, check me out right there. All my videos from the oldest, newest, latest, greatest, and all that. Then hit up shop.ThatNERDSoul.com and pick yourself up a t-shirt, player. Don't forget to get one for them players. Then come back here, like, comment, subscribe, and share that NERDSoul. That's right, no way that I can tell people that you like what you are seeing without sharing it. But anyway, of course, LA, what up? VA, what up? RVAU got my heart, and please be good to yourselves. Please be good to each other, and remember, it's Halloween time, so yo, you might as well put on that headgear and get scared. Peace.